Alright, so we're going to roll in with game number 3. Let me just turn on voice record. Alright, we're all set. Just going to wait for the specs to load in. And then we're good to rock and roll. Alright, so welcome back everybody. You're watching the Premier League Season 3. This is a best of 3 tiebreaker series between No Tidehunter and Virtus.Pro. Now, this is the third and final game between Virtus.Pro and No Tidehunter, and whoever loses this game will get knocked out of the running for 4th spot in the playoffs that will be held in January. Now, this will be whoever wins this game will go forward to playoff against the winner between Mouse Sports and Absolute Legends, and they will be playing tomorrow night at the same time, 8:30 p.m. Central European time. And I've got to say, it could not be a worse time for a roster shuffle for Absolute Legends. I've just lost 2 players, so going to be a bit hairy for them. Anyway, so we'll see how this one goes down. But of course, a crushing victory for Virtus.Pro in game number 1. However, No Tidehunter completely flipping around in game number 2. Striking back with a Gyrocopter, Templar Assassin, and a very, very nasty Dirge. But there we go, Virtus.Pro banning out the Magnetor once again. Also, this time, Bulldog not going to have his trademark hero. We do have the Lone Druid banned for a change. Bounty Hunter, though, banned out by No Tidehunter. Luna also taken out because, of course, Luna caused all sorts of havoc for No Tidehunter in game number 1. That Aura strategy that they had, that Virtus.Pro had, worked out a charm. But the Undying has been picked up once again by No Tidehunter. They did seed the Batrider though. However, they get their hands on the Darks here. 2 really strong picks. Well, both teams, getting really good picks here. That said, we'll see what comes out next for Virtus.Pro. And then Jakiro, okay, again, a very solid support hero. Now, Darkseer and Undying definitely got all sorts of fantastic spells. They wanted to get all this support sorted out. Now, Virtus.Pro could go for a Rubik. A Rubik would definitely function quite nicely. Both Undying and Darkseer, plenty of great spells. Now, Invoker picked up. Now, Virtus.Pro, I thought they were going to go for a Quas Wex. Now, the thing is, they went for a defensive try, and last time they picked Invoker in game number 1, they went for the offensive try, and that A, screwed with Sven. B, they took the Invoker and took a mid and gave him, did the Exhort Quas instead. And of course, with Sunstrike, they had the ability to really seal the deal on ganks that they threw at Sven. It's a very important thing. Virtus.Pro, though, going to ban out Keeper Light, of course, a really good pusher / counter pusher, and an all-round general annoyance in a trial lane, just because he can keep feeding somebody with a stun mana. We see Nature's Prophet banned out there. I wonder if we'll see the Enigma banned out as well. Nature's Prophet banned all 3 games in a row by No Tidehunter in the second phase. Also getting rid of the Nakes as well. Okay, interesting. Gyrocopter banned out by Virtus.Pro. Seems both teams really not enjoying some of these picks that have been thrown at them. A lot of respect bans getting thrown out on the fly here. But the final ban for No Tidehunter, I would not be surprised if we see a Rubik ban, just because Rubik, of course, fantastic. But that said, they have been banning Enigma the past 2 games, so they might say, yeah, alright, let's keep Enigma out of this as well. And they have been worried about that jungler popping out and causing havoc for their suicide laner. So they've been picking off those annoying pushing heroes. And of course, that said, of course, game number 2, they did concede Darkseer to the enemy team. And of course, if you concede Darkseer, you really don't want to have the Vacuum and a Black Hole together. That's all sorts of nasty. So always a good choice to ban him out. That said, though, this time they might actually try and snag him for himself, and they ban out the Anti-Mage. Now here, that's a hard carry we do not see very frequently at all. I still think he's viable, just he's not as a frequent choice. But I still think he's definitely viable. He can hit pretty hard in the early game. He's got good mobility, can look after himself, and I think he's still definitely viable. Maybe keep him away from the Trons, but as a dual mid, he can still be pretty damn annoying. It's especially a lot of heroes like Templar Assassin who need their mana. That can really be a huge annoyance. You throw a stunner like Jakiro in a lane with Anti-Mage, she can really just cause her all sorts of a headache. I still think it's very, very effective. That said, though, of course, he does take a little while to get going, and in that window of opportunity that you can lose a lot of towers, even lose a rack if you're not careful. Shadow Demon picked up again, though. We saw exactly how effective he was in the hands of NS. I think it was NS playing Shadow Demon in game number 1. Those disruptions were utterly fantastic. Very quick fingers on those saves. And of course, the ult on any kind of melee carry really does not enjoy Shadow Demon's ultimate. A, it hurts. B, it just completely shuts them and they cripples them in a fight. They just cannot get on target. But pick number 4 here for No Tidehunter. We'll see whether or not. Now, I think it's going to be a Bulldog. I think it's going to be a Bulldog solo, Suicide solo Darkseer, because we already have... Oh, okay, Vessel's Flow being picked up. Because we already have Templar Assassin. That's pretty much a trademark hero there for S4. He plays it, as you saw last match, shreds his opponents with it. So, that makes plenty of sense. Loader, though, like him playing the Faceless Boy. It looks like it's some kind of defensive trial in here for No Tidehunter. And they'll have the Faceless Void. The Undying probably doing a lot of pulling there as well. But of course, Faceless Void has the ability to impact the game fairly early. Phantom Lancer being picked. Oh, single target Faceless Void. Single target damage Faceless Void. This is going to be annoying. You might even need to pick up the Battle Fury here just to cleave something. At the very least, they have these spell damage from Templar Assassin, but they will need some AoE clearance on those illusions, or things are going to get very annoying very quickly. I think it's a very nice little counter pick there from Virtus.Pro. That said, the ult from Faceless Void might just come down to what they do say, alright, screw Phantom Lancer, let's kill everybody else in your team in my Chronosphere. Let's just kill everybody else and then worry about the Phantom Lancer after that, because of course they just go 5 or 4v1 or 3v1, they can deal with Phantom Lancer.
5 seconds remaining.
I am somewhat worried though. He may need that cleave just to help do. If he goes one-on-one with the Phantom Lancer, it may come down to the fact he may have difficulty picking the right one to get the damage on. When considering Void is all single target, all the bashing, you know, attack speed, all tries to throw out all that damage out the one guy. Might be a little bit difficult to pin down Phantom Lancer. Unless of course he gets a jump on Phantom Lancer, they get the time stop down, the chain stuns, which they actually don't have right now. In fact, they have Vacuum to follow up, and that's about it. So, maybe if you can kill him while he's in the time stop inside the Chronosphere, but it's kind of unlikely unless he gets super farmed and Phantom Lancer falls behind. We'll see, we'll see. Of course, Phantom Lancer, with his huge agility gain, gets a bucket load of armor. I try tons and tons of it. It's like, what, 3.4, 3.8 agility gain? It's ridiculously huge. So he gets a ton of armor just naturally through that. But the final pick here for No Time, they're looking for some kind of support to follow up Faceless Void. Looks like they're going to use the rest of the time, and it will be a Rubik indeed. Plenty of spells from Steel, Shadow Demon, Invoker, Jakiro. In fact, even Phantom Lancer has some decent spells from the Nick. Phantom Lance is always nice. Doppelwalk's not terrible either. So you know what? I mean, I don't think there's a bad spell in there. There's nothing like Sven's Warcrow. It's just flat out annoying to get his Rubik. Like, damn it, I wanted the freaking stun. I wanted that Stormbolt, and all I got. It's like, you know, I went to X and all I got was this stupid shirt. It's pretty much like that for a Rubik winning. I mean, obviously, the Warcry on Sven is pretty stupid good, but when you play Rubik, you just want the big stun. You want to steal stuff like Chronosphere. You want to steal stuff like Tornado or EMP or the Demonic Persia on Shadow Demon. Even getting something like Ice Path is a whole load of fun as well. Have all cut the players a second. I have turned off the... Yes, I've turned off the overlay. Fantastic. Whoa. I can click on heroes here? Oh wow, okay. I didn't even know I could do that. Click on heroes and bring up a guide. Anyway, so let's call it the players here. So, playing for Virtus.Pro on the Radiant side, wrong side here. We have NS playing Shadow Demon, we have Airman playing the Phantom Lance, obviously this is carry player, Kassan, Jakiro, Sander playing the Batrider, and Kurz there on the Invoker. Question is whether or not Sander or Kurz will go mid. I think Invoker's going to go mid and they will Suicide Solo Sander, or maybe... Wait a minute. Is this an offensive tri-lane? I mean, you can do it with the Phantom Lance. That's a Bottle Rush build there. That's usually a solo mid trick, which means Invoker could be taking the safe lane. That's a possibility. Anyway, so calling out the players though, on the Dire team we have Envy playing Rubik, Aki playing Undying, S4 on Templar Assassin, Loader playing Faceless Void, and Bulldog on the Darks here. Looks like a bit of a sweep here, and okay, they're going to get their eyes on the easy camp there.
30 seconds.
Not quite sure if that's... I think that's just out of blocking range if memory serves me correctly, but we'll see in a moment. But they're just getting eyes on there, just going to keep an eye on what's going on in the jungle. But I feel, yes, there we go, safe lane. Safe lane Invoker, solo mid Batrider. And they will be taking this Phantom Lance to offensive try. Now the question is, and they've rotated Void away from it. Looks like they've figured out what's up. They've moved Void away from that, putting him in the... This is not so much a defensive trial, this is to get the hell away from the other trial. And it looks like we're going to have a lot of musical lanes played out in a second, I get the feeling. We're going to see a lot of rotating and teams jockeying for position, just trying to get their carry in the right lane. S4 though in mid should be alright. Now, Batrider might get a couple of early kills here on S4, but Envy was telling me that, you know what, he thinks that S4 can handle a solo mid Templar Assassin versus Batrider, and he can't truly shut her down. She'll still get a farm in, even though she'll get picked off every now and then. It's definitely going to be getting a little bit hairy over here for Invoker. This is not what he signed up for, indeed. He didn't ask for this. And there's that decay already. Always annoying. Meanwhile, the Phantom Lance is going to get his own free farm up here on the top lane. Open up with a shield there. What did Void go for? Void went for... Wow, okay, Void... this is an old school build where you open up with a poor man's shield and then get pulled regen. Something you used to see Anti-Mage doing all the bloody time, and now it's getting a little bit more mixed up. And there we go, Templar Assassin opening up there looks like he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure whether or not he was going to be up against a Batrider. And now you see that he's actually gone, okay, I'm up against the Batrider, not the Invoker. Let me just get my Magic Stick first. And he'll just get that Magic Stick, and then he'll get the bottle after this. This is a little bit of a smart play here from S4. And that Magic Stick's definitely going to help him spam those refractions like no tomorrow. And there we go. There's the rotation. KSI coming bottom to try and help it. Not going to be able to do too much, though. And Envy and Haki are either going to want to pick up kills, or at the very least suppress Invoker and get into the jungle. They want to start using this. They don't want to be sitting here leeching from Void, because if Void's sitting here leeching, they're leeching off Void all the time, they're going to have Phantom Lancer get ahead of Void, and that's going to be a bit of an issue. So they're going to have to be careful about that. They need to use that enemy jungle or pick off kills at the very least to try and make up for it. I'm not sure if they can, though. Obviously, picking off kills with the Void's easier said than done.
Denied.
You know, Templar Assassin already working way up to those max charges here. Should have a bottle coming out. In fact, I think it's already bought. It's just probably getting shipped out to her in a second there. We'll bring up the item chart. No, no bottle. Okay.
Invisibility.
Interesting. Alright then. The Iron Shell though being spammed by Darks. You always know this will annoy Phantom Lancer a little bit, but it's not going to be a huge setback at all. And there we go, just going to pick them off straight away. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, here we go, potential first blood. Can they get it? Creep, giving out 3 hugs. Could not have been a worse time. Unfortunately though, Cold Snap going to force him back. Loader decides to back off there. KSI also deciding making them decide to back off as well. Invoker potions up. And it looks like no time to will have to back down a little bit. And unfortunately, are they out of potions? There we go. Undying will probably share with Void in a second there. There we go. Sharing is caring. There we go. Void going to get that potion to stay in the fight here. Stay in the farm, rather. S4, though, should have his bottle out in just a moment. And maybe you're going to make another run here on Invoker. Invoker, though, going for the Qua straight up there. There's that Cold Snap. Those creepers slamming on Aki. Aki now in a bit of trouble here. Can they get a nice part from him, in fact. Looks like Loader also got to back up here. Loader, farm-wise, 13 and 7. Doing alright, staying ahead. Rubik gets killed by a neutral. Okay, now why did he do that? You're asking why did he see how he spent his money on the tangos? This is just because he decided, look, we'll see Aki do it in a second as well. They're doing this because it's faster for them to respawn back at base, like this, on full health, and walk back out to the lane. And you saw there, in fact, that Envy spent all of his cash there on the tango. I was about to say, weren't you drunk? How did you die that neutral? But no, that is actually a tactical maneuver there. They're doing that on purpose. It does have rhyme and reason to it. See, Boots getting delivered to the Batrider there. Templar Assassin has her... Oh, I guess she actually went for Boots first, not the bottle. Here's the bottle, though. And also her recipe as well for a magic wand. Bulldog, though, will be building his ring of his soul ring as soon as he can. Batrider now spamming that slow. There's a refraction. Firefly to get vision, though. Can you see what is going on? S4, though, will beat him to the rune. He's going to try and stack up the sticky napalm charges. That said, Rubik's also showing up to the party, also Undying as well. However, they're not going to be able to get anything out of it, and they will need to back down and go back to their lane. Void still farming okay, 18 and 9, keeping pace with the Phantom Lancer, so it's definitely a good sign, the fact that he's keeping pace. That said, though, he needs to watch out. But as soon as they leave the lane like this, he's vulnerable to harassment. The fact that they're not keeping Jakiro out of the fight. Shadowed, even though, has been fairly passive at the moment. Darkseer for the lane he's in, doing alright, 10 and 0. S4 on the other hand, 20 and 7. S4 also farming well. Meanwhile, Batrider 8 and 5 has fairly easy time farming. We've got another 9 there, getting rid of that siege catapult. The Quast allowing him to heal up at a massive rate there. Now, is he going for Exalt? No, he's going for Wex just to slow down his push. We're going for the team fight capabilities here at the moment. S4 going to pop those illusion runes, send them to scout as well, just check out what's going on in the jungle behind them. And it looks like both teams going to play fairly passive on this opening. That said, Virtus.Pro have opened up with the kills so far. Sticky napalm once again. S4 just popping that to get his mana back and harass Santa as well with a meld hit. Still need level 1 though, obviously going to max out his refraction first. Decay, always annoying. Invoker hasn't taken too much. In fact, his Quast has been keeping him healed up quite nicely. Any harassment he's been taking from Decay, the Quast is pretty much just keeping him on top of things. He's barely even had to touch his tangos at the moment. In fact, Templar Assassin actually stacking, not scouting with Delusion, is very efficient use of these illusions here. We'll get both camps as well. Meanwhile, Haster and Spawn spotted. Batrider, though, going to beat him to it. See, Undying, though, throwing down his tombstone. In fact, just going to give away free money with this. So Batrider, though, finds a Haster and head ahead mid. S4 now could be in some trouble here. Needs to be careful. Batrider detected level 6. Yes, he does. He's got last 2. S4 heading back. The Batrider misses his opportunity to gank her. So they throw down a counter ward as well. Hoping to find her in the mid there, or just prevent her from coming back and melding. Hoping she'll catch caught out by it. Load of those, still fun. 29 and 13. He's starting to fall slightly behind. Phantom Lancer just comes out back, just getting a bit more harassment here than Phantom Lancer is. It's forcing him to duck back every now and then. At the same time, though, still keeping pace fairly well. Has also picked up his own hatchet. Rather quelling blade there. See Aki feeling fairly popo at the moment as well. Early phase whips out on the Invoker, fairly normal stuff. Just helps deal with that low damage of Invoker. Standard though, Firefly once again, going to try and burn that down. Just get this tower pushed. S4 on the other hand, still saving up. Going to use his phase boots fairly shortly, most likely. In fact, has the money for them right now. It's a point where Darkseer can really start. Darkseer though, starting to level up. That Iron Shell. This is a point where he can really start harassing Phantom Lancer. And so I haven't picked up any levels yet in Jugs. I've picked up 1 level there. Oh, but now they're going to tell he's back. Kerr's down a bit of trouble. Void going to leap forward there. Can he get a bash off? There we go. Fate Bolt going to try and finish this off. 1 more attack. 1 more. Can he get an Ice Path? They will get it with the decay there. And that is apparently the first one. Managing to pick that off in the end. Those 2 kills there from Virtus.Pro. Oh, that's right. The 2 kills from Virtus.Pro technically weren't kills. They were suicides to neutrals.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Shadow
under
Demon,
attack.
600, 700-ish gold. See 500 gold on Rubik, getting close to his boots. He's going for his boots first anyway. Of course, the support's kind of slow on mobility. That said, they're still fairly passive. I don't think its Templar assassin really wants to go anywhere. Where's she got? Where is the courier? Has it got boots on it yet? There we go, yeah, her phase boots are coming up next. What was that for Void? Void has gone for a Midas straight up again. Loader loving his Midases. Gets an 8-minute Midas. It's not a bad time to get one, so he's going to be happy to farm that up. And on the other hand, Phantom Lancer. Now this, I get the feeling it's going to be a diffusal blade. It really helps him rip people, especially Templar Assassin, and not enjoy a diffusal blade at all. A bunch of illusions whacking away at her. It's really annoying stuff. I have the feeling it could be a diffusal blade. I mean, it could potentially be a Yasha for a later Manta, but I get the feeling diffusal. Diffusal is my hunch there. There we go. Counter Ward's still down in mid. They're S4 vulnerable, but they're not going to gun from just yet. I mean, standard 1 and 2 there, I think he's waiting for more. He was waiting for more napalm before he tries to gun for a kill there. And it looks like S4 in his downtime, again, just going to stack these, kill these neutral camps that he's been stacking. We're just going to take that hard camp nice and easy. Meanwhile, though, Iron Shell going to chase Ammon back. So this is the point where Bulldog can really start harassing. We'll see what Bulldog goes for first. Meanwhile, bottom lane though, here comes the Batrider. Flame Break going to knock Void back. Lasso back into the Firefly. Now he's vulnerable. Tombstone is down. Void trying to get clear. Ice Path as well. Peeks off the Void. Didn't have any more mana to jump away. And also, Tombstone not going to pop away, deny that kill there. But at the very least, that's what they want. They need to get these Void kills on the board. And just start making him scared of using that lane. Meanwhile, though, some fairly easy farming here for Phantom Lancer. Envy, though, continuing to stack. Stack this hard game. We'll probably see Templar Assassin come and clean these up in a moment. Well, not necessarily in a moment, but later, once she gets to be a little bit tougher. And of course, I'll throw down the Tombstone again to distract while she does that.
Middle tower is under attack.
Haster into the bottom. Spawn point, the Ice Path getting tossed out, doesn't connect, however, Jakiro shows off that he knows that they're there. A slow being tossed out, Batrider will bottle though, there's Telekinesis, just throws Jakiro on the high ground. Jakiro kind of stuck for a moment. Firefly though, Envy down trouble, going to try and kill himself on the creeps possibly, waiting for some help to arrive, not going to happen though. And Batrider will pick off that kill there with a Flame Break. And Jakiro going to be forced to teleport out. See Invoker still working his magic on. There's that decay, always annoying. I'm getting the gold per minute at the moment. Phantom Lancer ahead. Void a little bit behind him. Still not doing too badly though. They might even just move Void to the top in a minute. See, meanwhile though, Iron Shell being used. Shadow Demon gets picked off there. Might gun for a second. No, decides not to. Shadow Demon really overstepped his bounds there. It's very difficult for a support to deal with a level 4 Iron Shell at 10 minutes and 11 minutes in the game. It's very easy for that Darkseer to kill him. You need to be very careful not trying to engage like that. See, Aki though, not really able to do they can't really do a whole lot here to attack the Invoker. Invoker though has Ghost Walk, has everything. That said though, pops down his ult. I don't know if they can get it, so zombies get chopped down and tops down as well. Ice Path thrown out. Rubik though gonna get picked up there, pick him up there. Ice Path though gonna save the day. And now Void's trouble. There's the Solar, doesn't have the leap away to get away, gets Flame Break back, and overextension, teleport in. And Jakiro just skulking in here with that Ice Path set up perfectly. Unfortunately again, no tight on it, just really just they overcommit. Just get a little overzealous in that game. Meanwhile, free farm up here for Phantom Lancer. It looks like well, he's still sitting on the Blade of Alacrity. He hasn't decided to go anywhere with that just yet. We'll see what he decides though. Set S4 is getting a good amount of farm in mid. Not over the top, but still good. He'll be picking up his Blink Dagger shortly. And once he gets that, that's when things start getting messy. Really messy. And it looks like that Ancient stack isn't happening because Rubik has screwed up and blocked it off. I think that's War there is blocking it off. Meanwhile though, Disruption there as well as the ult there for Shadow Demon. The Meld hit there on the Illusion, going to do a lot of damage there. And it's taking a ton of damage, however he will get picked off. Firefly to seal the deal there. Flame Dual Breath as well. We see Jakiro actually doing a maxed out Ice Path build. This is fairly stock standard just to get the cooldown and stun timer up. He goes for level 6 macro pyre on top of that. Lots of Bernie death here at the moment on Virtus.Pro's side. Meanwhile though, Bulldog picked up an early chainmail. We'll see where he goes with that. Looks like he's probably going for a mech as far as I can tell. Batrider though with his own blink has plenty of mobility. The Templar Assassin desperately needs to get that blink up and running. S4 waiting for that to come. Well, the Invoker also pretty much free farming down here himself at the moment. That said, he's not that far ahead, only 250-ish gold per minute. So not like he's spiraling out of control. That said, they really haven't had any good gank attempts yet on Ammon. They really need to shut this guy. It's very similar to killing him to take control of his lane and shut him down, which is proven to be easier said than done. Not these are very slippery heroes who doesn't really get that scared. At the same time, they've got to put pressure on the rest of the map and have to worry about getting counter ganked. Quick Roshan check there from Santa. It finds nothing. There we go, there's that Times, there's that Chronosphere on Phantom Lancer. Can they get the stun down? The telekinesis coming. Disruption save though, this is what I mean. Those disruptions, fantastic there from NS. There's the macro pyre as well. Darkseer takes damage, vacuums them closer to him. May regret this, gets picked off by a dual breath. Didn't really want to bring them closer. They also get Envy as well. No Titan appear to be on tilt. There's just nothing going right for them right now. You see the Tombstone toss down on top of that. Tornado comes through. They're going to pick up Aki. Aki also getting picked off here as well. Throws out the Solar. Aki now Decay as well. Should be able to get away. Maybe not. One more auto attack. Shadow Poison. Flame Break to boot. No escape for him. And that is a 3 for none trade. Oh boy, no Tide Hunter. They can't afford many more slip-ups like that. Speed and Phantom Lancer way too much money. And he's got an item on the move now. There we go. It is indeed a Diffusal Blade. Is those items on the run? Yeah, on coming out now. That's a Diffusal Blade. And now the Radiant team also throw down their own blocking ward as well. In fact, I think I might not have seen this. I was looking there. I think Envy's ward might not have actually blocked. It's in fact probably this one here from the Radiant that was blocking. Meanwhile, the S4 in some trouble. Ice Path doesn't hit. Doesn't matter though. Blink in there from the Batrider. Still doesn't have his blink. I'm so close to get so far every time.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Said though, Loader, of course, if he can get farmed, is still definitely relevant. That said, the difficulty here is getting farmed. 300 gold per minute. I mean, it could be a worse situation to be in, but he's still getting his farm happening. And there we go, Firefly gonna get some vision. MV Fire. Oh, there's the sticky napalm. The wind walk there from the double walk there from Ammon, and this should be an easy kill. Shadow Demon also throwing his ult. Very, very simple snap for them there. Actually, that wasn't Shadow Demon throwing his ult. That was in fact Rubik throwing out his stolen ult. It wasn't. No, actually, no, it was Shadow Demon. Never mind. He was there, I just couldn't see him for a moment. But Radiant Courier getting picked off somewhere in that fracas. Meanwhile, Faceless Void trying to leap out of trouble. We don't have last two up though. Throws down his ults as well. Decides not to go for the fight. Templar Assassin coming in now on top of that. Faceless Void, they're going to back up. There's the Flame Break doing a fair amount of damage. Aki also moving in. There's the Decay. Soul Rip as well. Now picks him up. Telekinesis. They get the kill. Definitely much needed. Templar Assassin though should have a Blink Dagger en route now. And now Darkseid also headed mid to help push. Has got half of his mech done. There's that buckler finished up. Can they get the deny though? The Radiant looking for this deny. Doppel walk there from, and he get it in. Denies the tower. Sneaky deny. Being a jerk there. Vacuum back. Shouldn't be able to get that. He will be able to back off. Still 8 charges there on the... Oh wow, another courier picked off. What is this? Both teams sniping couriers left, right and center. And of Shadows as well as a magic wand there for NS. Meanwhile, 1800 gold for Phantom Lance. We'll see if he decides to bulk up next. We'll see what he goes for after this. He might go for that mana. Might decide to go for something a little bit cheap. So he might decide to go for, decide to pick up some cheap survivability. And Darkseid getting close. About 1,000 gold away from finishing that mech.
Dire's middle tower
Smoke gank here for on the Radiant side. We'll see if they can find a target right now. Blink Dagger on the on this Bat Rod doing so much work for them. There we go. 4 staff coming out as well. Needs another 1,000 gold to finish that off though. Meanwhile, S4. Where is this Blink? It was on the courier and it didn't get to him. He's missing the Blink Dagger for another 2. I swear that Blink Dagger must have been on that courier. Great snipe there. Whoever picked up that courier, really big snipe for them. Still delayed a Blink Dagger by a good another 5 minutes or so. I must be driving S4 up the wall. Bottom tower being defended by Bulldogs, headed down here instead. Invoker, there we go. His 4 staff is finished up there. He's going to have that pseudo escape mobility. And Templar Assassin is finally taking use of this stack she made ages ago with her illusion rune. If they want to keep stacking this, now's the time they can go and do it. There we go. Invisibility on Batrider. Batrider also 400 gold shy, 350-ish gold shy of his 4 staff. Once he gets out, he can just blink in, lasso, and then 4 staff out and drag somebody way out of position. Aki now sweeping around in the mid lane, although Loda's still here. Loda has his ult up, he wants to go for it. Looks like he's going for a BKB first. Unless he's trying to do something cheap like a Maelstrom. Maelstrom's also really, really cost effective. That's also a possibility. In fact, we talk about that being one of the most cost effective farming tools as well. There we go, they're going for an early Roshan run. No wards up, so they should be able to handle this fairly easily. It looks like nobody's managing to watch at the moment. In fact, a counter push is going to happen there on the bottom tower. Also their tier 2 top tower as well. They'll finish up the Roshan in just a second there. In fact, they'll give it to S4. They will give it to their Templar Assassin. Meanwhile, we do have the Darkseid headed back to stop this push. Phantom Lance did indeed buy that Yasha, so he'll be going for the Yasha. We'll see if he goes for the Manta Style next as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, no Tidehunter. Struggling a little bit here. I'll just check the gold chart again. It's only 3k advantage. I'm struggling a little bit, but it's not insurmountable. 3k advantage there for the Radiant side. Also, they have around about 5k experience lead as well. I see a signing track gets topped. No fault though. There is a fault, but it comes from Barrett. He's going to pick off Void. I think that was Templar Assassin gets caught out. Aegis, so there's the ult in. Void going to drop that ult. Big ult there, catching 3 of them. 4 of them, in fact, vacuums them further in with Bulldog. Going to throw them inside there. Gets them out to a Macropire top down by Jakiro. Or was that Rubik? I'm not dead sure. But there we go. 3-man pick off there. Triple kill for Darkseid at the moment. They're giving chase. Can they make it 4? They're giving chase here. Definitely Blast tossed out though. And now we have got... not sure what Rubik, I think it was Phantom Lance that Rubik's picked up there, and he will pick off Templar Assassin. No, Templar Assassin popping the refraction, gets picked off by an illusion. A bit of a counter kill there. Templar Assassin going a little bit too deep in the end. As we see, Faceless Void is indeed building a Maelstrom right now. This will help clear the illusions a little bit, but won't entirely fix the issue. Faceless Void though leaping away there. Cold snap, needs a telekinesis to stave, not coming though, no mana. Baseless Void, Soul Rip to heal, not going to be enough. And a good counterattack, 3 for 2, and they got Baseless Void. And that definitely could have been a worse result there for Virtus.Pro. And in the end, No Time just getting too greedy and diving in too hard, too fast. Phantom Lancer walks away with more money there, and there we go. 2.2k in the bank. You can finish off Yasha, Ultimate Orb in a moment. And then he's just a short skip and a hop away from his Manta style. $2.5k gold there for Phantom Lancer now. Bulldog though has finished up his mech. We'll see if he goes. I think he could even go for the pipe next. The pipe would really help him out quite a bit. You see, he's worried about engages. He's going to lose so much mana that he's losing now. S4 looking in, picks off the Iron Shell. May regret this. He will regret this indeed. No Firefly just yet, but the last two may be enough there. Is he going to melt up there? No, he's going to try and pick up the Barrow. Barrow though getting slammed. 4 staffs away, out of trouble. Ult down on top of S4. S4 can't move. Shadow even crippling him there. And now we're going to Sonic Trap. They're going to hit Kurz. Kurz are not really caring. And he will just run away from that. See with the Wex in the face, but it's so quick. He also still has a 4-staff up and running as well. But at the very least, they get a bit of a kill there. But they bring down the tower in the meantime. Tower being destroyed there by the Radiant side. Also, a gem has gone down to the ground somewhere as well. Let's check. Did somebody pick it up? There's that Maelstrom there. Nobody picked up the gem. It was on the ground. It's been destroyed. Or it's still lying wherever it fell, I'm not dead sure. It's the gold chart at the moment, still favouring the Dire. Experience-wise, though, dipping down a little bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Darkseid trying to deal with his illusions by using an Iron Shell. Actually does do a fairly good job at it. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin teleporting through the enemy jungle as they will pick off the Undying. Oh boy, just gets drilled by way too many illusions there. You see here the Radiant side, they've warded up this pool. They know that there's trouble possibly going to occur there. They can try and snipe people off. Quick nukes there as Ice Path also going to freeze him up, but it looks like the push is here on the tier 2 tower. Firefly there from Virtus.Pro. They're going to get vision without giving away the fact that he's fireflying right now, though they probably suspect something's going on. Meanwhile, though, no real defense being mounted by No Time. They're saying, alright, let's just sacrifice tower. I don't want to try and force the fight just yet.
Tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
CS4 though, just going to steal the enemy jungle if he can. Finds nothing though, throwing out some Sonic traps. He might actually find the Courier if he's lucky. Courier will go within... No, doesn't quite go within vision of him. Decides to blink over top. We'll just continue farming. There we go, Phantom Lancer has picked up his Manta style and a level 2 defusal as well. This is smart from Invoker. Having this gem this early on, 24-minute gem, really allows me to get map control. The fact that No China are going to lose all this map vision, they're getting really, really scared about moving about. And get seriously worried about jumping about here. Or even using the jungle, using their top lane. It's going to become a lot easier for Virtus.Pro to pick people off, or at least just keep them bottled up. Check on Void's farm at the moment. 2.6k in the bank. We'll see what he goes for first. So of course we cannot discount Void just yet. Of course though, Phantom Lancer is really starting to get quite beefy. Probably going to build a Heart next. Has picked up a Vitality booster. Going to make his illusions extremely tanky. 5k gold lead there. Only about 1,500 experience lead though for the Radiant side.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Smoke up there from the Radiant, from the Dire, so they're going to try and take down the tier 1 Radiant. However, they trade for a tier 2 on their own top lane. And it looks like And it's going to continue to push forward here on this rack. So people will need to come back to defend. Here we go. Pink is headed back right now. Rubik's headed back. We'll need some help though.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What you can really do about those just yet. Lances can steal those. Have they taken this ancient stack yet? It's only 2 stacks. There's only 1 stack there, but still. See the double walk there from Phantom Lances, just scouting things out, checking what's going on. Maybe even trying to try and set up some illusion procs up on top. Let's check the net worth at the moment. See the 13,000 there for the Phantom Lance. That said though, Loader is at 10,000 and his teammates aren't too far behind. The fact is, the rest of the raiding team aren't too far ahead, so they don't have to worry about that too much. And Shiva's guard there for Dark Series. He has already picked up his mech, although here we go, Faraday, we're going to throw down an ult there, and it's a fairly easy kill there on Templar Assassin, just getting jumped there by way too many heroes. Fairly textbook stock standard stuff. Meanwhile, No Tana is focusing on the mid. This comes to the fact that right now No Tana, with that gem roaming about, they have no map vision, have no idea when they're getting ganked, and pushing out like that can be extremely dangerous for obvious reasons when you can't tell what's going on. Kind of why all the heroes that can afford to play defensively are right now. They're not really moving out. Whereas Void is trying to sneak in whatever farm that he can. Needs to be careful though. Teleport coming to the top lane. It will be the Invoker. There's 2.4k in the bank. Still working towards that Hex most likely. See that Shakira has picked up Ghost Scepter. It's definitely a good buy. In fact, Shadow Demon probably want one himself shortly when he can. Of course, it's going to make life hard for Void, as well as Templar Assassin just to shut them down in these fights. Not a bad choice at all. Sander, though, has also picked up his own. I mean, this is just it. Like, if you're up against Void, Ghost Scepter is just utterly fantastic. Same Templar Assassin. Ghost Scepter just really mess them up. Cause them to chase heroes they can't possibly kill for quite some time. Meanwhile, though, Dire Team smoked up in their own jungle. They're looking for trouble. Can they find it though? Phantom Lancer, will the real Phantom Lancer police stand up? As it looks like lost track. There he is. He's in the enemy jungle. In fact, spots him and knocks up their smoke. Realizes trouble. The ult goes down from Void though. Going to spot him. Can they get a pick up? I don't think so. Macro Pyre. There we go. Disruption as well. Tossed it for good measure, I believe. They will manage to pick off the Phantom Lancer in the end though. It does cost them quite a bit. Firefly from the Batrider doing some serious damage. BKB being popped by the Void. And a buyback there from PL.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, though, the push is happening again on top. Phantom Lancer buying back, quite comfortable with that. Didn't really worry about it too much at all. Phantom Lancer, though, back up in the top lane right now. And there we go. Tower about to get harassed here. Fairly dangerous harass. You can be careful. Batrider blinks in. Going to try and pick off. Who is that? That looks like Templar Assassin. Pops the BKB, but the auto attack damage is too strong. Templar Assassin doesn't have buyback left, and this is looking grim indeed. A great pick off there by Batrider. The mobility was just too powerful. And now Void not really able to do a whole lot, especially with his ultimate down. Really can't participate in this fight. Top tower goes down, and now Virtus.Pro are going to wail away on this Rax and pick it off fairly easily indeed. Not much they can do about that at all. Mid tower will be next on the menu to boot. Looks like they're going to go for a quick sweep. They know they've got 30 seconds while Templar Assassin down. Better yet, 30 seconds while Faceless Void's ult is down. They can at the very least cause a lot of damage here on this tower. Or they might just back up and do Roshan. We'll see in a moment. Looks like they are going to go for the tower. They're going to do the disruption trick where they pop out more, basically poop out more illusions here to cause damage on the tower. Tower, take a fair bit of damage. Again, just going to keep doing this, keep disrupting, keep just pooping out illusions from the Phantom Lancer. Just going to come down to when or not he gets enough money here. Once he gets enough money for his heart, you're going to see his illusions become extremely difficult to get rid of. Smoke up here, though, from the Radiant side. I think they know it's do or die time. They're going to make something happen here. Invoker, though, walks face first. This will just force stuff out, though. Misses the decay. And throws out a Tornado. Void, though, jumps in. Throws out his ult. These one-man ults. I'm not too sure about this. Going to pick off the Invoker or not, because Disruption is OP as hell. Ghost walks away. They don't have any detection. Nicely done there by Virtus.Pro. BKB popped there by Templar Assassin as well. Void moving in. Templar Assassin as well. Going to try and get stuck in macro up either on Aki. Aki getting drilled there by Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer brings down Aki. Now they're going to try and get rid of S4. S4 though, going to get hit there by the Ice Path while Jakiro teleports out. They're going to try and do the same for Bulldog. Bulldog also getting away there. And it's going to be Dirge, the only casualty in this conflict. Somehow the tankiest hero was the one to go. And there we go. Free Roshan run there for Virtus.Pro. Actually, I take that back. Shadow Demon did get picked off in the end. But I don't think he's too bothered about that. In the end, they're forcing out a bad ultimate there from Void. It's pretty much giving them free reign to take out this Roshan. I think they're quite happy with that indeed. Can use that to Phantom Lancer in a moment. 3.1k in the bank. We'll have enough for his Reaver in a moment on top of that. There we go. And we'll get that Reaver as well. So you see Phantom Lancer, his illusions are going to be tanky as all hell, especially once he finishes off that recipe. Another 500 gold in the bank for him as well. Getting close to it. Invoker, still with that gem. Also Hex is completed. Fairly stock standard stuff there on the supports as well. About 3k experience lead there for the Radiant side. 7.5k gold lead as well. See that Phantom Lancer has been farming like crazy. Disruption again there on the Phantom Lancer. Will be coming out in a second. 518 gold minute for PL. He is definitely quite fat indeed. Tornado tossed out there. We got Void jumping in, throws it. Only gets one photo. Gets two people actually. Picks up KSI, vacuums them back in there. And they will pick off Jakiro, although Void, rather Invoker immediately fires back there as well. Looks like they're going to try and pick somebody off Flame. Flame Lasso down from Envy, steals it. They're going to have to lose. They're going to lose their PL. They're going to try and take it out a second time as he pops back up. And there we go. They pick up the Batrider to boot. And now PL trying to get clear. Envy though going to be hasted away with the Surge. As you see Shadow Demon come in now. As you see, block off there from the Templar Assassin. So there comes through. There's no disruption. They go for the save. It looks like he's going to get clear. Shadow Demon on the other hand, not going to happen for him. In fact, there we go. There's a slow tossed in there by Phantom Lancer.
You were no match for my powers. But then
Dire's middle tower.
Phantom Lancer almost has enough for his heart now. Things are definitely getting quite hairy for no time now. They're going to have to make some absolutely brilliant plays in a minute to try and reel this one back in. But of course, this is a deciding match for them, so they might as well fight it out to the last. One second, people complaining about lag. Let me check the broadcast. Okay, I think we had a hiccup there with the internet. Just dropped a whole. That was me. That was on my end. That lag. Not sure what happened, but apparently had a whole bunch of frames dropped. Might just be my net having a bit of a hiccup. For the people wondering why Void BKB is inside his ultimate, the reason he's doing that is because, as you can see, when somebody is in the ult and gets disrupted, if Void doesn't BKB inside that ult, the disruption will go on him instead. They'll have to evade. A, will save the hero being wailed upon by Void. Secondly, when Void gets pooped out of the disruption, his illusions will then be slamming him in the face, and that's not exactly a whole bucket of fun for him. He's going to try and teleport away. Not going to happen though. Flamebreaker does disappoint him very much. Pops the BKB, gets dragged back towards Jakiro, throws down his ult though, but the ult there from the Shadow Demon. There's disruption there to go and save the Batrider. As it looks like Jakiro, they're popping it in time, back in though. Jakiro will get taken out there. We've also lost Void as well. Ice Path thrown down. Batrider, Ghost Scepter on top of that. Tornado, EMP coming from Invoker. Deafening Blast as well. Aki now healing up with Soul Rip. S-Ball going to town on Curse. Can he do enough damage? Aki trying to get clear, trying to get free. Those illusions are tearing him apart. Disrupt. Oh, there we go. Aki goes down, gets purged there by the Diffusal Blade. And now the next target is S-Ball. Ghost Walk there from Invoker. Invoker getting clear. Invoker will get a free. And now we go. Another Firefly there. We'll bring down Templar Assassin. A buyback there from both Dirge as well as Templar Assassin. They know they've got to fight here to the last. They are going to lose their mid-racks, otherwise here comes the sweep. Templar Assassin trying to off the balance, but he's so tanky, he's got a heart. How can they stop him? I don't know. I don't think they can. This Vidrak's about to fall in a moment. There we go. Virtus.Pro decay. Dirge trying to buff himself up. It's not going to be enough. Tower goes down. The Iron Shelf. There we go. Last hurrah here. Last stand here. There we go. Bulldog charges in. Can he make a difference? Kurz out, throwing out the Tornado. EMP once again. Deafening Blast to boot. They will pick off the Shadow Demon. Maybe they'll hold this just in time. Sonic Trap there is going to clip Kurz. Kurz is continuing to back up. He does have an invocation up if he wants to try for it. Although it looks like Aki may have overstepped once again. Where did we see the Phantom Lancer? Phantom Lancer still also decides to back up as well. They hold the racks, but lose the tower. In all honesty, I think mostly it comes down to the fact that Virtus.Pro decided to play safe there. They could have kept gunning for it if they wanted to. Void, no ult. Hero, they're just opting to go and farm up the easy camp for a bit to catch up. Void getting harassed there by those illusions as well.
Has been denied.
1 second, 1 moment, guys. I'm just going to quickly... I think I know what's going on. I need to step away from the PC for 1 moment. We'll fix this lag. Okay. Yeah, somebody started torrenting, basically, so... we got that fixed up. It shouldn't lag during the next fight. My apologies. But that should be fixed up. Next team fight shouldn't lag, I hope. Cure though. I think 1500 gold to his name. Looks like they're just mostly focused on farming there. I think he's clean up that bottom lane there. Meanwhile, the Phantom Lancer keeping the pressure on. This is one thing that Phantom Lancer is really, really good at. And I think a lot of people overlook him for is his pushing potential. Towards the late game, he gets really, really annoying during the push phase. Well, like you can keep a lot of lanes pushed out because of him. We see a smoke gank here. If anything can turn something around, it's going to be a good smoke gank. But I just don't know if they have the firepower to drop this Phantom Lancer. He's so tanky. He's working on most likely a butterfly next as well. And there we go, the ult there from Void getting tossed down on. They just do not make up their mind there as well. And even for a moment they try to chase after the illusion there. For a moment it looks like Bulldog now in trouble, losing health rapidly. The wall gets tossed down by Darkseer. Void though about half health, lassoed up there as well. Ice Path thrown out. No, that's the no, that Ice Path, that is Ice Path, not the Ice Wall. Ice Path gets tossed out, gonna catch an Ice Wall in there as well. Both of the icy burns there in the middle there, as it looks like Standard now juking back and forth there, using the fog to his advantage, and the hills they will pick off. They will pick off a poor old Dark, poor old Faceless Void as well. Templar Assassin going down. They have pretty much wiped out all the core heroes here, and I don't think we have buybacks left. No buyback there for Void. No, definitely not for Templar Assassin. That's a mid-rax coming up, folks. And I think that's pretty much it. They could even steamroll the bottom racks as well, most likely. Only a half health tower in between them.
Dire's middle barracks are under
And there we go. GG is called. Virtus.Pro stand victorious, and they have eliminated No Tide Under from the running right now.
Dire's middle barracks.
They have indeed eliminated No Tide Under from the running for this tiebreaker series, and it looks like Virtus.Pro will go on to play against whoever wins between Mouse Sports and Absolute Legends, and they will be taking whoever wins that match will be taking 4th spot in the playoffs, which will be happening in January next year, 2013, guys. But either way, a good fight here from No Tide Under. I was looking forward to it. This is definitely been a good series of matches. I've got to say, it looked like No Tide Under had a good shot for a bit, but unfortunately in the end got overpowered. They got overpowered in the end by the Fountains, who got a lot of free fun. Void was keeping up. I just feel Void not the best of picks against the Phantom. It's just the fact they cannot clear those illusions, and once he gets the diffusal burn happening and just slamming away on heroes like Void, like Undying, who needs his mana, Templar Assassin, who needs a mana, so difficult for them to deal with. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That has been the last game for tonight. I will try and get an interview with somebody from Virtus.Pro shortly, so stay tuned for that. But otherwise, the next match coming up will be on the tomorrow night, I think. Actually, let me bring it up. Here we go. It will be tomorrow night, the 13th of December. It will be Mouse Sports versus Absolute Legends. That's the other tiebreaker match I said is coming up. And whoever wins between Mouse Sports and Absolute Legends will be playing off against Virtus.Pro. So, stay tuned for that one tomorrow. That will be at 8:30 PM Central European Time tomorrow night. And again, another best of 3 series. However, if you want to stick around now, we will be doing a short, quick interview with somebody from Virtus.Pro, as long as I can raise them. So, stay tuned for that.